everybody, CW here. Got another quick video for you. 454. No, none of these are for the 454. But I picked up a holster. I had one of these long ago when they first came out. This is a holster made by Bianchi for the Ruger. You buy them in single 6, Blackhawk, 7.5, 6.5, 5.5, 4 3/4 sizes. They're still available used, places like eBay, and watch the forums. They're running for a pretty good buck because they're a quality holster. This one I got for pretty inexpensive because it was pretty ratty. It was pretty rough. This is not the normal color. I colored this. They're usually they're the really nice leather that you're used to with Bianchis. I should have brought another one out here to show you. But that nice, really nice chestnut color. Well, this isn't a Bianchi holster. This is a strong holster, but more reminiscent of this kind of color. You know, that chestnut color? This is even redder than that is. But a really nice color. And I really wanted that color. I don't really care for the darker stuff. But this is kind of grown on me now that I've colored it and you know, cleaned it up and I got it ready for use here. It's seen some use. You know, it's been used quite a bit, and it's going to be fully serviceable. It's a really nice flap holster. Keeps your gun protected, all the sticks and the briars, especially horseback or riding quads, ATVs where you're exposed. This protects your handles a lot. You know, they get beat up pretty good. And what I brought out here is just to show you, this is a 7.5 inch model. I hunted for a 6.5, couldn't find one. But it doesn't really matter. It's going to be okay. The end of it does have a hole in it, so if you get any water in there, it'll run out. It is sealed, meaning covered, not sealed, covered, blocked, but with a hole for water if you're outside. Really nice stitching, really nice leather. Typical Bianchi of the day. This is a 70s Bianchi holster, and they're really well made. You can't really say much bad about them. So what I've got out here is I've got a Blackhawk 6.5. I've got a US Firearms 7.5. I've got a Remington 1875 7.5. I've got a Colt 5.5, and I've got a single 6 Ruger 22, just to show you that although it doesn't fit properly, it wiggles around, you can use it. And this is a 5.5 inch barrel. It still works. It's still going to be okay if you wanted to have, you know, it's not going to fall out. It's going to be captured in there, but it is moving around a little bit. But it'll work. The smaller one sized holster will not fit these, and you're stuck with just a single 6. So if you're like me and you've got a number of different single actions, but only a couple single 6s, you're probably better off just buying this if you don't buy both. So here's the 5.5 inch Colt. Goes right in nice, fits nice, closes, latches, no problem. Really, really nice, really good coverage, really good protection. From the front, it's almost completely covered. It will let a little bit of moisture or snow in riding. It's not made to keep it, you know, clean, dry, I should say, just relatively clean. Turn that, snap it open, easy access. Fully covered, shrouded hammer. Everything is shrouded, only your grip comes out, plenty of room to grab the gun and get it out. Here is the the 1875 Colt, 1875 Remington. Full length barrel. Right in, perfect. Close, latch, no problem. Fits nice. So this will fit black powder pistols as well. The 1860, no problem. The 1851 is going to be a little bit smaller frame, but it's going to fit, it's just going to wiggle around a little bit. Here's my custom U.S. patent firearms, my my award, my Goodman Award. This one has a really tall sight. It's a Bisley style. Goes right in, no problem. Close, latch, no problem. That's probably the first time this gun has been in a holster. I've only fired it once or twice. Like I said, it's an award. I don't know if you can see the engraving on it there. And the back strap is engraved, presented to my name. Really, really nice gun. Really honored to have received that. And here is my 41 mag Ruger Blackhawk, 6.5. This is probably the closest to the Bisley 454 in size. Obviously, I'll have the Bisley grip, not the plow handle, but dimensions are about the same. Large frame, fits in there really nice. Closes up really nice. So if you haven't seen these holsters, or if you've seen them but never seen them close up, really nice. Really, really, really nice. And with the holster, I bought a belt from the guy. This is a Cabela's belt. You can see the Cabela's emblazoned in there. And this was also brown that I dyed. It needs another coat on the inside, but it's not bad. The outside was in pretty good shape. It's been used, and it came with a nice Ruger belt buckle, which is a nice touch. And then, because I've had time to think and dream and imagine, and I've been looking at rear sights. Ruger rear sights, they're usable, but they're not great. They're not great. This is a Ruger rear sight that I've put a peep in, which really helps old eyes. Now the shine you're seeing up there on the front is not actually what you aim from. This is the ramp. It's just got a little bit of shine from the solder. These old sights were soldered on. So that's a little bit of silver solder you're seeing there. I probably should address it, but with this big peep, you get a pretty good sight picture, and it works for me. But you've still got all this metal. No, not that it matters, because I'm the only idiot that's going to get hurt, but everything's obviously empty. When you have the hammerback, you have a little more room to see that sight and see that sight picture. And you got this block. So you got all this light reflecting and bouncing around, and your eye kind of has a hard time focusing on things, even though you're supposed to be focusing way up here on this front sight. With all the light bouncing around and reflections and on that rear sight, it really makes it hard. So Bowen makes a really good rear sight. Drops right into the Ruger frame, no alterations. Maybe a tiny bit of file work, but do it to the sight, not to the gun. And it'll drop right in and give you exactly what you want and a much better, durable sight for better accuracy work. This is a company called Hi-Vis. I'm sure you've all heard of them. They're more known for other things than they are this, but here they offer a Ruger revolver rear sight. Now this 454 for me is going to stay open sights as long as I can. As long as I can see those sights, it's going to stay that way. It's going to be more a carry / defensive / trail kind of gun. I'll probably hunt with it, but to say that I did, not so much primary. I've got a nice Blackhawk Bisley 45 Colt with a scope on it for hunting use. here is this sight. It hangs over the back, gives you a really nice sight picture, and it's got those glowworms in it. And it comes with changes, so you can change out the colors of your glowworms, which is really nice. They offer front sights separate, so you can get that as well. But very simple install. Again, no alterations to the gun, and it should offer me a really nice improved sight picture without all that light bouncing around. It's got fins in there to diffract the sight, deflect reflections, and then the 2 green dots to help draw your eye and line those sights faster. Picked up that. And then I picked up a spring kit for the Black Hawk. So you got a mainspring for the hammer and a trigger spring. Pretty easy install. I'll show what I can when the gun comes, when we get everything here in hand. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to show you everything because YouTube considers it a modification. So I can't show it to you. But we'll do a trigger test, and go back and forth, and I'll show you what I got. So there we go. This is really all about the holster. The guns are just, candy. But I wanted to show you what would fit, what would work, what you would have if you chose to pick one of these holsters up, or, maybe you already know about it. But again, the color is what's not standard, and you could do this yourself. This is a sub 10 bean a bottle leather dye. No problem at all. Just be careful to wear gloves, because I don't think it's going to hurt you. It's a very serious dye. It's made for leather, and what are your hands? Skin is leather. So it's going to dye your hands, and it's going to stay there for a long time. So wear gloves. There you go. Thanks, everybody. Hope this gun comes soon. It's been a couple months. God bless. CW out.